So we are going to, today we're going to look and we're going to see if both the A values are the same or both the B values are the same. So like this, if you have 4x and 4x, or negative 2y and negative 2y. If they're the same, we can pick either equation and rename it by multiplying by negative 1. And the reason we would want to multiply by negative 1 is because we want to create opposites like we had yesterday. If I have a 4x and I multiply it by negative 1, what does it turn into?
Negative 4x.
Negative 4x. Is negative 4x the opposite of 4x?
Yes.
Yes. We have to create the opposites today. So if the opposites aren't going to be there, we have to create, one of the equations needs to be changed so that it will become the opposite. So we have negative 3x plus 5y equals negative 21. We have 2x plus 5y equals negative 11.
Yeah.
So notice we have same y values, don't we?
So if you change one at least.
So which equation do you want to rename?
First one.
First one? Okay, then we're going to rename the first equation. And how we're going to do that is we're going to take negative 1 times every piece of the equation.
I remember doing this.
So we have to take negative 1 times the 3x. We bring down our addition sign that's between them. We have to take negative 1 times the 5y. Bring the equal sign down, and we have to take negative 1 times negative 21. So you can't just do it to the y's, you got to do it to every piece of the equation. Okay?
Is it okay if I
You can use parentheses to show multiplication instead. Sure. So what we should have, though, are 3 multiplications because there were 3 pieces to our equation, correct? What's a negative 1 times negative 3x?
3x?
3x. Negative 1 times 5y? Negative 5y. Negative 1 times negative 21? 21. So basically every piece of the equation changed to its opposite, isn't it? Every piece changed to its opposite. Now, we have to add it to the other equation. Okay? We can't add it back to itself, what it was before we renamed it. We have to make sure we add it to the other equation. So we're going to take that 3x plus negative 5y equals 21, and we're going to add it to the one we did not rename, which is this one. We need to add it to 2x plus 5y equals negative 11.
Okay, I'm already past this word.
Okay, well, and then hold up. So we rename the first equation. Now we add it to the other equation. Because trust me, if you add it back to itself, its old equation, the one that you renamed is just going to turn out to be a bunch of zeros. And 5x divided by 5, 10 divided by 5. What's our solution for x?
2.
X equals 2. What do you think? Now what?
Yeah, that was my question. What thing do I plug it in? Because if I plug it into the first one, do I plug it into the first equation that we had to begin with? Or the one that we redid?
You plug it in for the second one.
Yeah, we do that too.
Hey, we have 3 choices, really. We could put it into one of the first for equations as they were originally, or we could put it into that renamed equation. It does not matter. All of them they're all part of this problem.
So I'll turn on this.
So you know what? It'll turn out the same exactly. So you get to pick which equation do you want to do it in. Now I would, personally, myself, I would probably just go and use any one that, you know, has as few negatives as possible. I think I'm going to use the second one. You could use this one, you could use this one, or you could use this one. It does not matter. Pick the one you want. And try and get your y value. So I'm going to use 2x plus 5y equals negative 11. And I have to substitute in finger. Isn't that cool? I don't have to make that noise on the board. My finger's quieter. Screen again. What'd you get for y?
-3.
So, what's our solution?
2, 3.
2, -3. Okay, so our final answer is 2, -3.
We have to write solution down here.
Oh, you do not. Okay, tell me what would happen on a graph?
2 and 1, 3.
You'd have a 2 and a -3?
It would go up 2 left.
Of course, every graph has a spot at 2, -3. But
Or no, go right 2, down 3.
what's it?
Frontal
That-
origin.
Okay, well, what's it? Well, what point? What's that point?
0.
It's a point.
Origin.
It's an ordered pair, yeah, but tell me something about what this solution looks like on a graph, other than just being a point. Well, okay, I will go with that it is in the fourth quadrant.
That's negative.
It's parallel. Or
The lines would be parallel.
there's only one point.
Oh my goodness, so we quit solving them by graphing and we went to solving them algebraically and now we've lost the connection they have to each other?
What's that word? It goes down.
Vertical.
This isn't vertical.
This is vertical.
This is vertical.
What is this?
But wait a minute. Okay, come on, come back to me, come on. Do I have to get out some graph paper and make y'all graph this system of equations? What would happen if you did graph this system of equations?
It would intersect at point 2 negative.
Oh, would you turn around and say that to all these guys? What would happen, Garcia?
It intersect at 2 negative 3.
Oh, duh, the lines would cross, the lines would intersect at ordered pair 2, -3. Oh, see again, remember what I said? Just because I'm teaching you how to do it without graphing, does that mean there's no connection anymore? No. No, okay. Now let's do one more then, let's go to the back side. What is it that today, remember, yesterday we were looking and we were saying, do we have any opposites? Do we have any opposites?
No.
No. But what do we have?
A 4, a 1, X.
A 1x in both of them? Don't we have a 1x in both of them? Okay, so yeah, if you need to insert the ones, Jossie likes to put the ones in there, don't you? Yeah. And you also like to change to add the opposite, okay. And then stick a 1 in front of that y also, I bet? Okay. Which one do you want to rename?
Second one.
Let's go to the bottom one.
You have to rename the first one because there's a 4 in the bottom one.
Okay,
So what you
Apparently I wanted us to just pick a different one this time. Last time we did the first one, this time apparently I want us to do the second. So let's just do the second. To show that don't always have to do the first one.
I did the first.
Okay, they're already done, that's cool. Okay, so we should get the same answer though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so rename the second equation. So -1, and I'll show what somebody else was asking me. They said, can we just use parentheses? What was that? That's supposed to be a negative sign. -1 times 1x plus -1 times 4y equals -1 times 5.
Yeah,
Can we show-
-1.
Okay, or you can put the -1 in parentheses instead of the other piece. Yeah, it does not matter. We have choices. So what's our new name for this equation? It's not a new equation, it's a new name for the same equation, really. What is it?
Negative x plus negative 4y equals negative 5.
Okay. Well, if we renamed the second equation, we have to add it to what?
First.
The first equation. We have to add it to that first equation. We can't add it back to the second one because it's really the same equation just with a different name. Tomorrow you'll still be the same person just with different clothes on.
Some of us. I don't want to know what you mean by that, Jocelyn.
Okay, so we have to add it to the first equation, which is 1x plus 1y equals 15.
Did you say?
Yes. These guys are gone. I feel like I don't have something right. It's a negative 1y, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That would be a problem. A negative 1y instead of a positive 1y. You better be working it, and if you're way ahead of me, cool, but everybody's working it. So we can see if we agree. You all get to pick which equation you're gonna substitute into.
Already did.
I'm going to do this one.
4, 1. You take that times negative 1. Why did you? I got that.
That's one I used to.
X plus 2.
Here's the graph. I got 0 for y.
Okay,
You did your
we'll go back there and figure out why. And do the rest of you agree with me that negative 2, or should we?
I got negative 10.
Okay, and so then when I'm all done, I'm just going to finish mine and say the ordered pair solution is 13, negative 2. Okay. So, Jossie,
Yeah.
are you the one who got 0?
No.
Haley, are you the one who got 0? For y? Okay. Did you rename the same equation either, or did you rename the other one?
You took that times 15, or you thought that was a 15. Oh, I was looking.
Okay,
I was looking.
got it.
No.
Maybe.
Yes, you did.
Okay, do we agree the solution is ordered pair 13, negative 2?
Yes.
Negative 1.
Okay, let's try this question again.
15.
The intercept.
On a graph,
The intersect at the point 13, negative 2.
the two lines will intersect at the point 13, negative 2. What quadrant is that in? 13, negative 2. 13, negative 2.
4.
Quadrant 4. They would intersect on quadrant 4. Okay. Any questions? Anything we should talk about?
Do we need loose leaf